shirt, but you won't rep your
And we're on. Welcome to the MOSHCAST, everybody. Boys, girls, cats, squirrels, they, thems. It's a safe place here. If you want to be a frog, I'm a frog. I feel like if I was to be an animal, honestly, I'd probably some weird crustacean in the ocean. God would say, you know.
I think you'd be like, I mean, just from resemblance, like you look like a giant. You know?
You think I'd be a giraffe?
No, a giant.
A giant?
Like from Skyrim?
Yeah. I'd be a giant. What do you think you'd be?
Man, I'd be a wood elf.
A wood elf?
I'd be a frog for sure.
No, you'd be like
100%. I mean,
you'd be like an
that's what
orc.
it says on my Instagram. A friend of a frog, dude.
Yeah, but you'd be. Oh, if you were a frog, then right? If you were a frog, then you would be.
I'd be like a poison dart frog. I'd be one of those.
But you'd be like a wizard that got turned into a frog.
I'd be like Yoda.
Yeah.
If Yoda was a frog.
Yeah, you'd be like this weird frog wizard guy.
Yeah.
But
smart decisions you have, you know.
yeah, but it'd be like frog voice, like you know. I want to introduce everybody to LIL YUREI.
Yo.
It's taken at least almost a year to get you on.
Yeah, it's been at least a year.
I've been wanting to get this guy on for a while now, and he came down finally and said, "You know what? Let's just bite the bullet and let's do it." So I said, "I'm down."
We'll come down from where?
Colorado.
Get it over
Oh
with.
shit, huh?
Yeah, he's from.
Damn.
Well, he was originally from. You were here.
Yeah.
And then you moved, and by the time we decided, like, you know, we could get this done, you were like, "Oh, I'm bouncing out." So we'll see next time.
And you had just like started getting momentum.
Yeah.
Doing the stuff.
Yeah, I started getting momentum, doing all that stuff, and then you were doing your thing, which we'll talk about that because there was also a huge transition with what you were doing at the same time.
Yeah.
Because you were, we'll get into it here in a little bit. We're gonna do a little bit of some house clean and stuff. Yeah. Like everybody knows, I'm going to therapy. You know, is it working? I don't know. I don't know if it's working or not. I don't know if it's working.
I've never heard of it before.
Hey, that's awesome.
Therapy? What is therapy? I don't know what that is. But you know, I'm going to therapy and it's working to the point where I'm like thinking about myself, and I know that you should do that. Like, that's your thing. You should be thinking about yourself, but I don't want to.
Yeah, it's hard. Have you done therapy?
I've never gotten any therapy. No.
Actually, you know what? Should we just keep it non-formal and say Yuri? I don't even know your name.
Yeah, LIL YUREI. That's his name forever.
Okay, cool.
Yep. Actually, the person in the background, everybody, just so everybody knows, is skirt. He might be showing up to the podcast more often.
I know. I think I should come all the time. Anyways.
I think what's really crappy about this whole MOSHCAST situation is that I went through like 5 sound guys.
Fuck.
Like I just want like a host, like a co-host or like a permanent sound guy. Like, is that so hard to ask for?
It is. It is hard to ask for.
Because every time I get somebody, they're like, "I'm so down," and then they don't show up or they move or whatever.
My opportunity is right. My opportunity just arose, you know.
All right. Well,
because I got sick and stuff when I had my chance. You know what I mean? So
well, I mean, you can do it right now. Let's do the job interview right now.
On my knees and you kissing me or what?
No, this is a job interview right now. How long have you been doing this? How long have you been doing sound?
Sound?
Yeah.
Shit.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I guess since I don't know.
Like 2 days?
Oh, this sound. Yeah.
Yeah.
Podcasting.
It's like
I've done podcasting for a good time.
Yeah.
Sound. Yeah.
Yeah. How old are you?
29.
29. Do you smoke?
Cigarettes.
Hired.
Allegedly.
Yo.
I mean, what else? Can you use Google?
Oh yeah, dude. That's my dad.
Hired.
Dude, he's got
Actually,
the
you know
setup.
what? Promotion.
Let me get on the line real quick.
I mean, I got you a water today. I paid you.
I know, bro. And you picked me
Actually,
up.
2 burritos, bro.
And you Taco Bell. Shit,
Man.
dude. I owe you at this point.
Honestly, if I got a job, if I get a sound job, and they're like, I'm gonna feed you, I'm
I'd
like,
be like, down.
dude, that's it.
Oh, 100%.
I won't have to worry about life. I'm like, this is my job, and I'm gonna go to sleep. I'll show up, and then you feed me. That's thriving right there.
For real, one good way to show someone you care about them is buy them some food.
Mm-hmm. Food, a coffee, and a pack of cigarettes. That's all I need, honestly, to survive. What do you need to survive?
My laptop, my microphone. That's about it.
Laptop and microphone, that's all you need? No food, no, like, vice?
Nah.
Dang, dude. That's minimalistic right there.
Easy, man.
That's easy. What about you, Skirt? What do you need?
What I need?
Yeah.
Shit. Bag of potato chips and a big booty bitch. That's all.
That's all? Bag of potato
All I want for
chips
Christmas is a bag of potato chips.
and a big booty bitch.
Yeah.
That's a
And a
song.
wheelchair.
That's
That's
a
it.
song. That's a song.
And a
So-
wheelchair. That's it.
So yeah, I'm going to therapy. Have you gone to therapy here? Have you done
Nah,
that yet?
not since I was like in middle school. I did therapy. When my parents divorced.
Oh, how'd that go?
It was all right, you know. You're like a kid and you're just like trying to talk to someone,
Did,
but
honestly, did it help? Because, did it help as a kid?
I got what I needed out of it. Like this particular therapist, you know, they're very psychological. You know,
Right.
they kind of dig deep and sometimes a little too deep. But it's good to talk to someone.
Right. That's cool. That's cool to know. I feel
That's
like
the
you
whole-
know
that's the whole
what?
thing is talking.
Out of, you know, I don't know what your relationship is like with your parents, but they did a good thing for that one.
Yeah.
That was a +1 on them. I'm gonna give them that.
I think talking is like the best point you made about therapy.
Yeah.
Like I told my doctor, like I want to get counseling, but I think all I need to do is be able to talk to somebody like 2 hours a day,
Right.
or like because
An hour
I'm
a
by
day.
myself all day, every day.
Right. I'd be talking to my therapist is about an hour and 15, and I say stuff, and he's like, I think I say too much, because then he's like, bro, you need another therapist. You need multiple therapists. And I'm like, what do you mean, dude? Like, what's going?
He's like trying to hook his homie up with some business. Like, hey, I got this guy, man. He's fucked up.
He's like, bruh. He goes to his friend. He goes, dude, I got this guy, that's, bro. He needs to go to a place, because I don't know how he's still alive. I don't know how he's surviving here. But I'm doing that. And then there's a lot of drama. There's been a lot of drama on my side, and it's stupid, because I feel like on my side I'm just speaking truth. You know, I'm telling the truth about things, and people are just not liking it. People are just not accepting the fact that, like, hey, these people that you're messing with, they're shady. And when you mess with shady people, when you're constantly around shady people, other people that are involved are gonna, not involved in that, but other people in this game are gonna think you're also shady.
Yep.
And
I know, yeah.
I keep on letting them know, like, hey, because what I do is I don't dox people unless I feel like the need to. And this is Amarillo drama. I really don't need to, because the people that are involved can just ask me, hey, who are you talking about? And I'll straight up tell them. So I don't need to necessarily dox them on my posts. But I've had people be like, oh, what are you talking about, shady talent? What are you talking about? Are you calling me? I'm like, I'm not calling you necessarily shady, but you being a part of what they're doing and around these things, it makes you shady.
You're involved in some shady stuff.
Yeah, you're involved in some shady
Ju-
stuff.
What is it that you are the company you keep?
Association.
You are the company you keep, right?
Yeah, you are the company you keep, bro.
Look, guys.
And you know what? And Skirt can vouch for me. You know, I kind of bit my toe on that stuff, or I put my foot in my mouth for that stuff too a little bit at the beginning, because I was like, you know, it's gonna be all right. He's cool. He's trying to be better. You know, we're trying to get somewhere. And then I found out that it wasn't that way. And I had a lot of people tell me, like, I told you so. I told you.
I feel something so too, but like, you know, sometimes you have to take that vulnerability and kind of
Right. Right.
That's the first person I met.
It's
And
a lesson learned.
luckily, unfortunately, it was he trying to kill it on me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was lesson learned, and I want people to. I want to teach people that, or not teach, but I want to show people like, hey, you don't have to go through what I went through, because I literally it really almost ruined my reputation for a podcast. It almost ruined my reputation for music, and
Messing with those people.
messing with those people.
Yeah.
And not all of them, because now I've figured out that these people, like, I didn't even know that there was so many people involved except for one particular person, but now that I know that there's multiple people involved, I'm like, what, like, how, like, are we just, like, I feel like the blacklisteds are just grouping together to be just a blacklisted community, where it's like, yeah, we're just gonna do our own thing,
I
like
just
the
don't think they care
goons.
about anybody but themselves, man.
Yeah, that's whatever. But I just want everybody to know that what I say, I mean,
Right.
and I'm not gonna apologize. If you have a problem, you can DM me. I'm always on Instagram or Facebook. I had people like literally don't even know me. I didn't even know them, and they were talking shit about my podcast, and it made me laugh because if you don't have anything for people to point fingers at, they start talking about what you do.
Well, they portray.
Yeah, they just backtrack, and they're like, "Oh, you sound like Gaga," and I'm like, "Yeah, like I've never heard that before." I am the person that says that I sound like Gaga. What are you talking about?
But they don't even know who you are.
Right.
That's the crazy thing. They're
Right.
like, I'm assuming we're talking about the same
Right,
thing here.
yeah.
So, you see these things, and there's always the people on the internet, man. They're like, they'll down you, or they'll try to bring you down, and it's like, they try to tell me, you're talking bad about your own hometown or whatever. Like you can't get people to go to this scam show.
Right,
Like,
right.
they're basically trying to scam people, and I'm just, I'm like, hands are off. I'm like, I said what I needed to say, and that's that. I won't be involved with
Right.
with that kind of, not even that situation. So it's so weird that they like try to down you, and it's like, well, you don't, like, you obviously don't know me.
Yeah.
Like, you don't know anything about me, and then
They don't know. They don't even know how long you've been in Amarillo, for them to think that they could do this to you.
well, they try to tell me all that crap, and then they message me apologizing. We're gonna have extra security. We're gonna do all these things, and it's like, I know Amarillo. I know the good venues to perform at.
Right.
I know who's gonna show up to y'all's show, and after that reputation, no one's gonna go because
Yep.
people don't feel safe.
Right, right, exactly, and especially when I say it again.
Someone got shot.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Especially last show, when I told multiple people that were involved that I knew, hey, be fucking careful. Don't, if you had the chance to not, don't. And they're like, I'm just doing it for clout. I'm just doing it, and I get it. I understand the momentum and the inspiration that you want to do these things, but do it safely.
Yeah.
Right? And I said, dude, these are very crazy people. Don't go around these people. And also one day before the show, and then it pops off.
Well,
It pops off.
a good friend will warn you. If you know something's up, you're not just gonna be like, yeah, go ahead.
Yep. Yeah.
You're gonna be like, hey, heads up.
Yeah.
Not spitting anything on anyone. Just, hey, this is the word.
Yeah. And that's
Around
what
the neighborhood.
And that's what I hate. I kind of hate that. It's a blessing and a curse. A blessing to know that I can sense out these things, but also a curse because when I am the person to say, hey, this is bad, don't do it, people think I'm crazy, and they think that I'm just being a wet towel. And
Well-
it's not only happened this time, it's happened multiple occasions where I'm like, hey, guys, that place that you're doing at that with those people, it's going to go bad. The cops are going to show up. You need to fucking bounce. And they're like, shut up, bro, you dumbass. And then what happens? What I said it was going to happen.
The obvious.
The
Yeah.
obvious.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
And I'm like, I understand that we want to have fun. And that's another thing, too. Amarillo doesn't have a place for kids, teens, and adults alike, and I think that's the problem.
Hey, bro.
I think that's the
it's crazy
problem.
But we used to have that. That's
We
the
used
thing.
to.
We used to have shows, all age shows, you know, and they were safe. You went there, you had fun, you saw a bunch of cool bands. People don't bring that here anymore.
And it's
Amarillo
just-
sucks. That's why. 'Cause time and time again, shit happens.
right,
You go to Texas Roadhouse and see someone get killed in the parking lot.
right, and that's what I want for Amarillo. I want where artists can do their stuff and be and be an inspiration to the
Yeah, I
teens and the kids that like want to do these things that are like, oh, because I've always been I've been that kid. I've been the kid that saw these people, and I'm like, bro, I want to be them so bad.
It changes your life.
Yeah, I
It
want to
really
be
does.
that so bad.
Y'all think that still exists? I mean, the internet is.
You know what? Honestly,
Streams.
Skirt, honestly, I don't think that it exists anywhere anymore.
Not with skateboarding. For sure, not with skateboarding.
That's crazy to
It's all
think
internet.
about
I mean,
now.
unless you go to a contest, you know what I mean? But. You can meet everybody online.
Because now I feel like now if kids are involved or teens are involved and you're you're an adult, it's weird now. You're a weirdo. It's
It's
and
social
people
media.
it's because people's heads are in the gutter. I feel like, you know, I was raised in a church. I used to be a youth pastor, and I'm not saying I'm the best person in the world anymore. I cuss and I talk about fucking bitches and you know, I do all that stuff, right? I you know, and I'll smoke a cigarette and I'll drink and you know what I'm saying. But my head's not there. My head's not in the dark place that people are
Or like portraying.
portraying. Where it's
Yeah,
like,
you shouldn't even have to explain yourself, honestly.
Well,
honestly,
it's not
honestly.
just about beliefs either. It's about generally being a good person.
Exactly.
Yeah, having a good heart.
Exactly. It's like if you go, I will tell you right now, right? If you are a teenager or whatever, and you go to a show that I'm at, 100% of the time you are safe. 100% of the time you are safe.
Yeah, 100% of the time you're gonna say what's up. Hey.
Yeah, I'm gonna say what's up, and if you like my stuff, then what's up? Cool. But if you go to a show that's mine, 100% you're safe. I don't think about that stuff. I'm not. There's no creeps around.
You have a young following base, you know, like teenagers or.
What's that? Oh
Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
I have a really big following on the internet. I mean, obviously
Yeah,
through Instagram or just making music in general.
Does it make you feel any type of way
It puts a lot of weight. It puts a lot of weight because
to be responsible and stuff?
I'm always like too nice. That's my thing. I'm
Ah.
always too nice.
Yo, me too.
And so it's like I believe in people like to do their thing, and it's just like it can be
Mistaken, yeah.
construed. It can be
Exactly.
portrayed wrong.
Exactly.
So it's gotten to the point where, you know, people will like message me and be like, I love your music. And I'm like, you know, just a very polite thank you.
Yeah.
And I move on. A lot of it gets misportrayed. Like there's a lot of girls. There's a lot of, you know, it's just, you just have to be professional.
Yeah,
Super
right. Exactly, bro.
professional.
Professional.
Yes,
It's cool. It's cool getting it from a man that has someone like a big following, you know.
Right.
'Cause
Right.
Well-
skateboarding came with like, just to harp on skateboarding.
No,
It's all
skateboard-
local. It's no internet following. So
It's
Well-
crazy because like right now my following feels like so small because back 5-7 years ago we were like going viral on Facebook. Like this
Right,
was
right.
before Instagram was. This is
Right.
before TikTok even existed.
Yeah.
So we had millions and millions of views on Facebook, and we ran these pages, and it was fun. Just going viral, it was like really overwhelming.
Right. Right.
But there was no money in it. There was no
Ah.
way to monetize the Facebook thing, and so it was just like you just did it for fun.
right.
And so now it's taking that same energy, like that same viral content or something that you could potentially be viral, and monetizing it and actually being able to be like, all right, I'm getting something out of this
Exactly.
other than internet fame.
has
Because
that changed has it changed your demeanor about music or about Instagram or social media, like getting paid?
what's that?
Has like getting paid changed your like?
Oh, does it change like my mentality? No, all of the money that I make through my music goes straight back into the music.
Yeah, of course.
Good. Good.
So occasionally, like, I won't have money for food. I'll buy lunch. That's like a good feeling.
Right.
You know, knowing that you can like support yourself
Yeah,
doing
you know
that.
what? Damn.
That's badass.
I can buy I go to Burlington Coat Factory, get me a nice suit for the next show.
Well,
That's what I like doing. If I get some money that I can spend, I'll get me a good ass lunch. I'll go to Burlington Coat Factory,
Hell
get
yeah,
me a
dude.
whole set,
Yeah.
and then to be straight. I love that. I love doing that. Like if I'm doing a show, and I'm like, I want to present myself a certain way, I'll go to Burlington Coat Factory, spend like $30.
Dude,
on
they
a
got
You
set.
some
mentioned
good
Burlington
stuff.
at the doghouse.
Yeah, yeah. I was like, this whole thing's Burlington Coat Factory, bro. Because it was, dude. I got these
to work
shoes.
there, man.
I got these shoes at Burlington Coat Factory, $20.
And those are hard.
And they're fire, bro. They're fire.
Now it's just called Burlington.
Well, we need to make a song.
Shit, I'm down. We
Burlington
can
Coat
do it right
Factory.
here.
Burlington Coat Factory.
I got the Sennheisers,
Burlington Coat sponsor, please.
Big B's.
For real.
For real, that'd be sick, wouldn't it?
Hey, Burlington will sponsor us too, because they're like the richest. Like, you know how like there's like Ross and like all that shit.
Yeah, but Ross is like,
I know, but see, Ross used to be the shit.
yeah, that's true.
And
That's
then
true.
now it's Burlington. I used to work there for like 4 months. It sucked, but
It's because honestly, the reason I like Burlington Coat Factory is because they go up to 5X in the men's. 5X, bro. I never see 5X, 6X even. And I'm like, I'm a big fuck. I'm a big bitch. Like, I need that shit.
soft as a teddy bear.
Yeah. So, but yeah, that whole conversation was just like, you know, we need a healthy, safe place for Amarillo. Honestly,
I agree.
Hey, I was just speaking to somebody about that, man. So we'll have to harp on that later. Episode,
we have
so.
to. We have to. We should just start. We should start making
So
a movement.
easy, bro, to do it.
We should just make a movement,
So
man.
cheap.
Because like people don't understand. Like, dude, like in the skating world, like there's kids, bro, like 12-year-old kids homeless. You see those documentaries on Thrasher and stuff where they're like, yeah, I'm 12 years old, I skate, I sleep over here at the skate park, and then they hang out with fucking 27-year-olds. You know, that's all they got. That's
I
their
wasn't
family.
homeless, but I was 14 hanging out with fucking 20.
That's what I'm saying. That's their family.
Yeah.
Like that's how it is. It's
Oh yeah,
like
it's like it's like a melting pot.
yeah. I mean, how do you get famous anyway? How did Justin Bieber get famous? He was like 6.
Connections.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But like
Connections.
6-year-olds ain't gonna sponsor 6-year-olds. You know what the fuck is going on? Anyway, but you know what I thought of? Are you spiritual or anything?
Oh yeah, yeah.
You believe in God?
I do believe in God.
So I was talking to Skir whenever I was getting here. I was like, I read. I was listening to this thing. I was listening to this thing about like, what if God was Satan? And it kind of like tripped me out because when you really think about it, God created hell for Satan,
Correct. Yeah.
but Satan doesn't rule hell. So who rules hell is God. And whenever people say, "Don't only God can judge me," yes, only God can judge you because He's the one that judges you whether you go to heaven or hell.
Right.
So in retrospect, God orders hell. He's the
Well, it's like a balance. Like
Right.
it's a yin yang. There
Right.
can't be good without bad.
Right, so-
Light without dark.
I was thinking, you know how people like with Batman and Joker,
Yeah.
and people speculate that Joker's actually Batman, and that's why he doesn't kill him. I was like, what if God is Satan?
It's one big thing. It's one big thing.
Right.
But there's definitely like a separation in energies. You know, good
Right,
energy,
right.
bad energy, and you know, it's funny. You asked me like, do you believe in God? And it's like I do believe in a God, but I try to take a little bit from everyone. You know, everyone's
yeah.
Right.
philosophy, because you don't know who really is right at the end of the day. And even like a Christian versus another Christian, they go to the same church, they're gonna have different beliefs.
Right. If I was to put my God on a what is that scale called on D&D, where it's good, chaotic, or good, evil?
I don't know.
I forgot what
I don't know.
that scale that they use on D&D, where it's like chaotic, neutral. So if you were to put my belief on a D&D scale, my God is chaotic neutral, I think.
Chaotic neutral, yeah.
Chaotic neutral. Because, like, people say, like, God is all good. Like, yeah, for sure God is all good, but he literally flooded the earth for 40 days. He flooded the earth. He destroyed this planet
Yeah.
with water, dog. And no one was like, yeah, I'm making a boat. Like, he killed millions of people. All for the greater good. That was it. All for the greater good, he destroyed the earth. And it's like, bro, that's wild.
But it's like a
That's
process,
crazy.
you know? Like everything has to happen
Yeah.
a certain way.
Yeah. And it's like, people see it as bad. People see it as good. I'm like, it's not bad or good. It just has to happen.
I mean, shit, he's probably gonna rewrite the story again at some point.
Dude, if he rewrites the story, I hope that I'm there. Because I'm like, dude, I don't, like, don't make teeth. That doesn't work anymore.
What?
Teeth.
Oh hell, we fucked without teeth, bro.
No, like make them better. Like, yeah,
Yeah, like make the story better, like.
yeah, like, dude, like, I don't want cavities, bro.
Like,
Like,
you know, like yeah.
Everyone lives in
like that.
decay. Like
Everybody's-
everything on this earth is born in decay. But like a spirit, in my opinion, like your spirit's like a separate thing. It,
Right.
like, it lives on.
right,
So this like decays. But I also believe that there's a natural remedy for everything. I believe that there's a cure for everything.
oh, 100%. There has to be. There has to be.
I believe that. I mean, shit. Manifest,
Yeah, you manifest it. I mean, like,
Maybe not death, but
no, we're
Everyone's
gonna catch on to that pretty quick.
They clone people and shit, bro. They like, oh, not people, but animals and.
Well, Elon Musk has figured out how to download consciousness into a microchip. So,
Damn, science is sleep, man.
could you imagine?
Neuralink.
could you imagine getting downloaded into a chip and then re-downloaded into a different body?
That'd be pretty dope.
It'd be like, yeah.
That'd be pretty
It's
cool.
it's like cyberpunk.
It's like like I was saying, altered carbon. That's what the show is all about. Is basically people's microchips get, and this is you. This little microchip is you.
That'd be crazy.
See, bro, I don't know what I would. I think I'd probably get like Pro Tools Ultimate, and then I would get all the plugins.
I'm gonna get
Waves.
I'm gonna get LimeWire. I'm gonna
Shit,
get
fuck LimeWire.
I'm gonna get Flappy Bird.
Some
The LimeWire
cyborg
was sick back
shit.
in the day, though.
We're all like kind of cyborgs though, like
Yeah,
Yeah.
auto-tune.
with our phones.
Honestly,
That's like an extension of us.
if we had a third arm, it would be just a phone holder.
Would you, if you guys had to choose between being like cybernetic or like human again, what would you choose?
I'd be a cyborg.
I'd be like, yeah, I'd be cyborg.
I'd be cyborg as fuck, dude.
Give me some fucking robot legs, and I'll join the army. The singularity, like I'll. Take
I would want to be a part of the web, the internet. Like that's how I would do that. That's how I would do that shit. I would just connect it to a computer, and then the veins of the internet would just be me.
There's the people. I guess this is just theory, but they can think and then translate that into music, like what they're thinking. It's like
No shit.
bring that out, yeah.
Whoa.
Well, it's like when you dream, they got like graphs, and then it's like they're trying to like depict what you're dreaming, and they can take pictures out of like the waves that are in your brain.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it used to be like that little machine. Like it would, you know what I'm saying? Like a.
So there
analog machine. Now it's
there
like-
has to be a certain point where that's like a dimension. Then there has to be a certain to get an image out of something that is not necessarily there.
Do you think that's?
It's hard to say. It's really hard to say like what it is, because it's like breaking it down
do you
to
think
like
that's
how
right?
they get
Oh, man,
that.
that's Chris are crazy.
But imagine like 10 years from now, like what are those pictures are gonna look like?
Dude, people are gonna, man, what's it gonna turn to? You know what I mean? Dream hacking.
Right. Dude, what dreaming like lucid dreaming, but like cybernetic.
Like Inception type shit.
Dude, speaking of weird stuff, we're talking about weird stuff. There was a test. So I think like 4 people did this test. I know it's kind of like random, but they did this test where they wore glasses that made everything look upside down. So they were living. They kept these glasses on all day,
Oh my god.
like 24 hours, and everything was upside down to them. They said that within 4 hours, that their eyes transitioned
Yeah.
those glasses
To back
back to normal.
The image coming in is turned upside down.
That's what I'm saying. How fucking
So it'd
crazy
be like
is this shit?
regular.
Or it'd be backwards, kind
yeah.
of. You know,
That your
you know-
body just this is weird. I'm gonna just fucking
Isn't that
switch
cra-
it
isn't that
back.
crazy how fast it takes. How fast that is. Like 4
Yeah.
hours is nothing really.
4 hours ain't shit to the human body. 4
That's
hours.
crazy.
4 hours is a half a work
Have you
day.
ever seen those like videos of people having like being blindfolded for like I don't know so many days or something, and they take their out, and they're like, oh shit, they can't see.
Oh right, yeah.
And I imagine how that feels, just being like in the complete dark for a month or something, or like a week.
That like goldfish. You know why goldfish are gold? Because the sun. If you put a goldfish in a closet
Yeah.
for a month, it turns white, like completely white. And it's like that's some weird stuff. Bioengineering, bro. Bioengineering is what I want to do. That's what I'm going to be. A bioengineer.
I'm down for that. I'm down for any type of bioengineering or like neuroengineering or.
Right.
I'm down. Trying to walk
We're
people
getting
through
there. We're getting there for sure.
I'm kind of scared though. I'm kind of scared for that time because I feel like we're going too fast for our minds to comprehend.
I mean, obviously.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Speaking of, that's another thing I wanted to talk about. Speaking of, so you're wearing a Cowboy Bebop shirt.
Yeah.
Is there a theory on why that dog is so smart, or is there a theory about the dog?
I have no idea. I don't even really watch it. I
Oh,
just like the shirt.
Okay, so Cowboy Bebop, there's a scene. They get this dog. This dog is a lot. Like it's an important thing. This dog is for somebody or some company or whatever. They're gonna sell it off. They're trading it in this dark web shit. And then Cowboy Bebop, the main character, ended up retrieving the dog. The dog is super smart. It doesn't talk or anything, but there's moments in the show where you're like, I feel like he's telepathically telling the main character to do things,
Yeah.
you know, and he's doing like the dog is like doing things like not a regular dog would do, but it doesn't specify. It never specifies in the show what the dog is or what it does or why it's the way it is or anything.
It's just kind of a mystery.
It's just a mystery,
That's interesting.
which is crazy to me because I've always wanted to know. I've always wanted to know what the hell this dog was.
Well, it's like you got to think like any animal, like a dog, a cat. There's a consciousness in there, and my thinking is what is it? What is going through their mind for them to have like decision making?
Oh, right.
To be like,
right.
this person's my friend, or I need to eat now, or it's just there's a consciousness in there, and there's a communication. Like they think to themselves.
Right. That's another weird thing too. Like we just woke up one day and said we're hungry. You know, we never learned to be hungry. We were just hungry. Well, we learned to eat. We learned to eat, but we never got taught the feeling of hunger. We already knew what that was.
It's the engineering, the biological engineering.
Right. Like breathing and blinking your eyes and stuff like that. Like, what's another thing that isn't fear engineered in our body already?
It's an adaptive thing. It's a survival thing ultimately.
Because like you can scare a tiny baby. They know what being scared is, and that's what's weird. It's like,
Well, it's like genetically there.
Yeah.
It's genetically there.
but if you really think about it, like why would they be scared if they'd never been scared before in their life?
Right. Like what makes
What makes them scared?
genetics?
That's crazy to me. I don't think anybody's thought of it. I mean, like obviously somebody's thought of that for sure. Right. But right. The bathroom's actually right there. Oh, okay. No, you're good. But yeah, dude, like I can go outside right now in the street and see a kid go blah, and he's like, blah. Like what makes them like fear that if they've never seen it in their life?
Maybe it's just a reactive thing, you know? Like certain reactions give certain results. So maybe like being scared makes it stop, or you know,
I guess. I don't know.
being happy, maybe you get like results from that. It's a learned thing. Some of it's there.
All right, that's what nature versus nurture. That the concept of sociopaths. Do you think sociopaths are born sociopaths, or do you think sociopaths learn to be sociopaths? Because nature versus nurture.
Yeah.
If a kid's not nurtured, I think no. Yeah, you're just a mesh of cells. Right.
Yeah.
It's just like a reboot. Right. Yeah. Right. I mean, technically, I honestly believe that you know how old people that get dementia.
Yeah.
I feel like we've felt what dementia feels like as a child.
Like it's like a repeating thing.
It's just like one day you wake up and you're like, what? Hello, like you know,
It's a cycle.
yeah, it's like yeah, exactly. Dementia child, kid, teen, adult, dementia, dementia old person, and then just over again.
Yeah.
I thought we've felt what dementia feels like. It's just the non-existing of anything, and then you wake up one day and you're like, damn, I had a whole ass life somewhere.
Yeah, that's a sad thing to have, man. Dementia.
Yeah, I've seen that. I've seen it. Oh, my grandma used to work at the nursing home. Shit's no joke. Shit is no joke, bro.
Yeah, and it's sad for your loved ones because they're just like, you know, they want you to remember.
Yeah. How's we're gonna walk right past the dementia shit because that is heavy.
That is heavy.
That's a little heavy. We're not been talking about dementia and shit, but how's it been in Colorado? So let's start about you moving. What got you to move to Colorado?
So, I had gotten a job offer, and it was paying $20 an hour, and I had been working at a news station, making like 15 or something, and I was like, shit, man, I'm always about my money. Like, if I can go make more money, I will go there and make more money.
Right.
And so I'm like, okay. So I moved there. I made more money, and I was like, I need to like get out of here and try to like market myself over there for a minute. It went pretty good, aside from like it's a big city. Like,
Right,
it is a
right.
big city. You're gonna meet a lot of people.
Right. So that was the toughest part, was just like seeing how big it was, how many more people there is.
The hardest part was like detaching myself because I've lived here my whole life.
Right.
You know, I have a music career, not a big one, but I have a music career here.
Right.
It's all been built here. All my friends are here. All
Right.
the people I make music with. Well, a lot of online stuff, but it was big for me to like leave my hometown and be like, I'm going to this new place, and leaving my family and my friends. That was the hardest part.
So you used to be Potion here in Amarillo,
Yeah.
and then you transitioned. Was that a part of the transition to change to LIL YUREI?
It was a little bit a part of it. The main thing was getting out of doing metal, because it was like I always got made fun of. You know, I always put out a music video, and there were all these hate comments because it was like trap metal. It wasn't like heavy metal. It was essentially metal vocals over like harder hip hop beats.
Right.
And I got so much shit for it. I had a great following. I had a great fan base, but it's just like the whole internet
You were ahead
thing,
of your
man.
time.
Well, I was doing trap metal in 2018, and so it was like I was really trying to make this a thing that caught on, and because of that, a lot of people like jumped on the train, like, you know, this is cool, but there's still a lot of styles and stuff that I don't see anyone else doing.
Right.
In that genre.
Especially here. Here.
Definitely not here.
A lot of people don't like to experiment. That's the problem here too in Amarillo. Is like me and Skirt, we're experimenting on this little EP that we're doing, and like I'm having so much fun doing it because the way I'm flowing, the cadence that I'm doing it in, the beats that I'm using, the I have to stay on track. You know, like some of my songs, they have like a motive or whatever. They have this flow to it, but I can literally say almost anything and it goes there. You know.
Yeah.
But like on this EP, like I have to stay in a certain position most of the time. You know.
Composure.
Yeah, composure. You know. And the way I'm composing my vocals, and the way I'm composing my flows and stuff, people don't like doing that. They're like, I'm comfortable doing this and how I've done it for so long. And it's like, it's cool if that's you. If it's cool that it is you, but at the same time, wouldn't you want to like...
branch out.
Yeah, wouldn't you want to branch out a little bit?
Yeah, and it's refreshing. You do the same stuff for so long, it gets old. It gets really old, and you get stuck into this category. But if you can like experiment and just do something different every time, it's fun. It's fun again.
And you know, I think you did this right. I think you did what you wanted right in a healthy and cool way, where it's like, hey, I did this little thing for a while, you know, and now I want to see what else I can do. Change your name up, move a little bit, you know, in a different way. And a lot of people, there's a level where it's like a lot of people see that as inspiring and risk taking and encouraging and stuff. There's other people that's like, this, you know, how weird, scam, you know.
Why would you switch up?
Yeah, why would you switch up? I mean, obviously you probably had people already being like, why the fuck would you do this shit?
Yeah, a lot of people, like old fans and stuff, they're like, are you going to do metal? Are you going to do metal? And I still do it. I still record it. I have so many unreleased songs.
Right.
Like hundreds. And I'm like, it's not like I'm not doing it. I'm just not putting it out there.
Right. I mean, like, and it's all you. Maybe one day you decide you want to do, you know, shoot those out or whatever. I think that's what's cool about being, what is it called? Not signed. What is it? Independent.
Independent, yeah.
Being independent, you can literally do whatever you want. Well, independent, you can decide your own move, your own way, your own style, your own yes or no's or whatever. And it's like, even like on the podcast side, it's like, what people are asking, like, why are you doing these things? Well, fucking duh, I want to.
Yeah, you love doing it.
Yeah, I love doing it. It's what I do, and if I want to do this thing, I'm going to do it. So what? Like, what the fuck? It's more content for you. I don't know why you're hating.
Yeah, people hate on anything, man. And the minute you get a little bit of success, that's when people come out of the woodworks and they're like, why does he have that success?
Right.
And
risk
people,
taking.
It's like, dude, you got to risk a lot.
Yeah, it's all risk taking, bro. People like to stay comfortable, and I understand why. I get it, but being comfortable is like being in your bed. And if you're in your bed, what do?
You ain't going to get shit done.
You ain't gonna get shit done, bro.
Yeah.
And that's how I see it. Like I've gotten so much hate on my my podcast because I say a certain thing or I have my own opinion or I say or I tell the drama, or I talk about something that's controversial, and it's like, they're like, why do you do this? And I'm like, because you just talked to me about it, which means that you talked to 10 people about what I said during the week, and that's why I do it.
Well, and it's like people get so butthurt over what other people say on the internet,
Oh yeah,
and they're hiding behind this thing, and it's not real.
yeah. It's like, bro, like have a conversation with somebody, an actual conversation.
And-
Don't hate. Don't have an argument. Have a conversation that has both sides to the story,
Yeah.
and see where it takes us.
Well, and try to see like the other perspective.
Right. Exactly. Especially with this whole music thing, or like, I don't know, this, and this is what's very controversial right now, especially in Amarillo, is this local Hall of Fame gatekeeping bullshit that
Yeah.
I loathe so fucking much. But there are people that ride or die for that shit, and they're like, people are watching you, bro. People are seeing you, and it's not fucking good. The OGs over here are looking at you a certain way, and I'm like, let them fucking, they're OGs, bro. Let them fucking look. You know what? Like it's cool to be an OG at some point, but then what are you after that? You ain't shit.
Well, everyone can measure their success differently.
Yeah.
It's not a matter of like if you're making money doing it. It's not a matter of like if you're playing big shows. It might help validate you in some kind of way, but at the end of the day, if you're just having fun, that's
Oh yeah. 100%.
the biggest thing. If you're having fun, you're around people that you want to be around. You should never have to surround yourself with people that don't have the same, not the same
Energy.
ideals, but the same vision.
Oh yeah.
There's got to be a vision.
There has to be a vision, because I've been to shows where I've kind of stuck my neck out, and I was like, I really don't vibe with these people, but I'm gonna do these things, and it's worked out. But I've also had shows where I vibe with everybody. We have the same fucking momentum, and I'm like, this is great. It's really fucking good.
I mean, that first show for me was at House Bar.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it wasn't my first show, but with like the whole gang, like people I didn't know, but I still was in the mix. I felt like I felt pretty good,
Right.
I was
Right.
scared at first, shit, but sucks to be. But it's just, we had that one show at my house,
Oh yeah.
but it wasn't even that cool.
But like at that show, did you meet people? Like, did
Hell
you
yeah.
enjoy yourself?
I enjoyed myself for sure. Like after I got over my anxiety and like the bullshit, like some bullshit that I ran into, but
That's what it should be about.
Yeah.
It should be a good.
it made me want to
Fun
go to the
thing.
next show, like
Right.
at the Doghouse.
Yeah.
And I've never been there,
Yeah.
and like especially for me, because I'm in a wheelchair and shit. Like I know it's like, I always talk about that, but like, it wasn't set up at the Doghouse, but
Right.
I still enjoyed myself. I still had a good time,
Yeah.
and hopefully it opened their eyes to like think about
And
that.
and
shit.
they welcomed you.
yeah they
Like,
did,
hey,
and they knew me already,
Yeah.
which is fucking scary. Like it's scary and crazy in my eyes.
It's because the people that fuck with you for real, I'm not gonna toot my own horn, but the people that fuck with you actually talk good about you, and they talk about you, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, I fuck with Skirt. Skirt's this badass dude. Bada bing, bada boom.
Bada bing, bada boom.
It's just one word, but that's what
But
what
it's
we
also
were
the-
talking about.
Yeah, it's also a character you bring. You know what I mean? Like
so Skirt had said something at the show, and it stuck with me, man.
Damn,
I was
fuck.
thinking about it all night,
what did
and
I
it
say?
was just because like I couldn't necessarily translate it, and but I thought it was really interesting, like how straightforward you were, and you had said something along the lines of. Are you just really right-brained, or was it right
Yeah.
or left-brained? You
Yeah,
said-
right left brain type shit. Yeah.
You were like, "Are you just really right-brained?" And I was like, "What?" And he's like, "Well, because of your album art, and and I'm like, I just didn't know how to take that.
No
I was,
shit.
I was
It's
because
not
I know
question-
one side is like your creative side, and the other side is like your
Well,
rational.
think about it. Like I always think artists, whether you're a novelist or you're some type of creativity or
Yeah.
content creator, like you have to be smarter in some aspect than an average person, or Not even maybe smarter, wittier, or think fast, or like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
right brain versus left brain. Like, we only engage like maybe 10,
A
30%,
very, very small
very
percent.
small amount of our brain.
Right.
And the people who are like the ones that are making, they might look like they're, not there all the way, but they're making money, like,
Right.
think about it. A rapper is like, singer is making money because all they do is talk.
Yeah.
But they talk fluently, well, and
They talk in a tone.
no,
They
no
talk in
stuttering,
tones.
and like, yeah, exactly.
And they talk, dude.
That's something
You
I'm
will
trying-
never ever. I never hate music. I never hate music. I will say I don't necessarily fuck with this person or whatever.
Yeah.
But you will never ever see me if there's a song or if there's an album that I really enjoy. You will see me get emotional because how well that shit is.
Yeah.
And this comes from me learning, like, as a person, like, I might have neurodivergency or my ADHD or whatever, but growing up, like, I saw a drum and I said, that's it. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know if this is the same with both of y'all, but like, I saw something, I said, that's it. And from there on, from 6 years old to now, I obsess over that shit every single fucking day. Every single day. And people are like, bro, chill the fuck out, relax. And I'm like, bro, you don't understand, like, this is stronger than a drug, dude. I'm addicted to this stuff.
Well, it's a deep hole to get yourself into.
Yeah.
Because it's like every artist, every musician takes a chance. Like you're like gambling.
Right.
And your odds are like so low.
So low.
To like even scratch the surface of a little bit of success.
You might think you scratch the surface, but
Yeah.
you're half. You might be thinking you're at the top of the mountain, but you're only halfway up.
Right. Right.
But it's like you have these people, they like blow up overnight on TikTok.
Right.
They have like a song go viral, or they have a video go viral, and then it's like
Easy come, easy go.
it's like, what are you doing with that? But all of us are just waiting for that one thing to like.
Yep.
How many albums?
I'm waiting for just that one song to be like, all right, boom,
How many
you're on
songs
the
have you
map.
already made that are like boom, that that you maybe just missed out on, or wasn't the right time. You know what I mean? I'm sure there's plenty of opportunities that we've all had.
Right.
Not that we didn't squander necessarily, but maybe it just wasn't the time. You know what I mean?
No, I've had that moment. I don't know if I've talked about this on podcast, but I was this close to going to California to get signed the week before I graduated high school. I told them, give me until Friday. No, so this is what happened, bro. Or this is the story that I got. So it was me and three homies. We got in contact with a record label and we sent off our stuff. And this was 2014.
Okay.
So it was a while back. I was
It's
18.
almost 10 years.
Yeah, I was 18 at the time. And we sent our tracks to them and they're like, "Do we like you? Let's see what we can do. We're going to fly you to California so we can do this deal." Like, this was like, we were on the phone with people. Like,
That's wild, man.
what the fuck? I said, "Hey, I graduate in 3 days. Can we wait until like this weekend?" And they're like, "Yeah, we can do that for sure." Not even a part of the group. Not even a part of the fucking deal, man. We had a homeboy. They got drunk on a Thursday, so the day before Friday, the day before I graduate. He gets drunk and calls the record label 45 times so he can prove to his friends that he knows people that are going to get signed. And they call us that morning, the Friday before I graduate that morning, and they said the deal's off.
Wow.
That's how it goes.
That's fucking crazy. Like, I was like, what the fuck? It would have been my big break. Right before I fucking I would have been Matt Miller shit.
Yeah, I was about to say, you're about to be the kids. Yeah.
Be with the kids and shit. But, here I am. And maybe this is my path.
I think this is it. This is it.
Yeah, I feel like that stuff happens
I think it's
for a
predetermined.
reason.
Everything's predetermined, bro.
But-
Whether it be like at the moment in time you think it's supposed to happen, or it doesn't. You know, I will always believe that my back was supposed to break. I'll supposed to become paralyzed.
Right.
Whether it was like through a car accident, whether it was through a fucking billboard. You know what I mean?
Right. Right.
Because I think it's just man, like as much as I hated it just to want to accept this. Like it's just a story that was written for me, bro.
Right.
And I'm resilient as fuck, and I think I'm here to bear the burden of like other people's pain that they can't.
Like if it wasn't you, it would be a kid.
Or if it wasn't me, it might be someone else that couldn't handle it. You know.
Right.
Like not like being like picky choosy like the one like the Matrix type shit, but
Yeah. Okay, pick me, bitch.
I've been through so much shit. Like on top of being in a fucking wheelchair.
Right.
It's, like,
Right.
it's aggravating as hell, but like still at the same time I'm like happy as fuck. You know. Like,
Right.
I'm always gonna be like, what's up?
Yeah. We're just chilling.
It's being content, like where you are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and it obviously has to do with like being grateful to like be alive, but I think it comes from I've been like this since the jump. Like
Right.
skateboard. I think skateboarding taught me a huge thing about that. You know.
You know what you should do? You should learn how to skateboard your hands.
Dude, I have to be so strong for that because I gotta cut my legs off.
Yeah, could you imagine that upper body strength?
Well, you know, people that skateboard with their legs.
He's fucking cut, dude. With that wheelchair, bro. I was putting him in his wheelchair today. You're fucking cut, dude. You cut me with your fucking abs and shit. I was like, whoa, bro. Damn. Fucking. He's buff as shit.
24s, baby, 24s.
He's buff as fuck.
No, but it's like
He beat the shit. He probably beat the shit out of somebody. MMA style,
Dude,
bro.
I would. I grapple the fuck out of them because I'm a dead weight. I'm just like, like a can opener, bro. But no, it's like my legs probably weigh like
fucking can opener.
my legs probably weigh like
fuck.
25 pounds each. You know what I mean?
Right.
So if I could get rid of my legs, sell them on the black market, 20 grand each, I'd weigh so much less. I probably could walk on my hands, man.
Bro, why'd you do that?
They're tattooed and stuff. They're custom. I don't know if they sell very well.
They would sell, bro.
Think so?
Bro, I've talked about this on pod too, but there was a guy that ate his own leg.
Damn.
Yeah, he got in a motorcycle accident. He said if he could keep his leg put in the freezer, and he had him and 7 other friends eat his leg to see what human flesh tasted like.
Holy crap.
Yeah, that's a true story. You can look that up.
I thought that was a movie.
No, that's a true story.
I think
True
it's like
ass
District
story.
9 or something,
Would you
right?
eat? Would you eat human flesh if you had a chance to? One time.
Nah.
Hell yeah.
Not even
The
one
fuck?
time.
Not even one
The
time.
fuck, dude? I'd eat your fat ass, bro.
I'm telling you, if
Like,
somebody
I'm
said,
about to
"Hey,
eat a big old ribeye.
consensually
A chuck.
eating human flesh,"
I would, yeah.
I could not.
yeah, 100%.
I mean, to survive, I would.
Oh, 100%, dude. Like, you're looking fucking good right now, and
Damn, boy. Break me off a piece. Well done.
well done.
I don't want your gross ass germs and shit.
Where? So okay, that's a question I also had for you too. Where did Lil Yurei come from? What is Yurei? What is that?
So a Yuri is like a ghost in Japanese.
Ah, yeah.
So I was like,
Oh.
I was like looking through like Japanese names or whatever, and I was going through all these different ones, just seeing what sounded cool, and I was like a Yuri, and I was like, that's like a departed spirit or like a lost spirit, a ghost, pretty much. So I was like, all right, well, I'm kind of like lost, you know, where I am right now.
Right.
Like, I didn't know what direction. How old am I?
How old were you when you picked the name?
Lil Yuri? That was a year ago. I was 26.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was 26.
26
so
is a lost year.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
I study a lot of Japanese, man. I've been trying to like learn it, and you know, I do a lot of like Japanese verses or whatever. Like I'll just kind of throw that in there, and so I was like, Yuri, that's kind of cool, man, because it's like I'm kind of like departing
Yeah.
from my old self, and I'm like,
From Potion.
yeah, I'm like finding this new thing.
That's what's up, dude. Did you think about your name? Like that?
Yeah.
Oh.
I have a whole ass story about that shit.
I guess I do too, but
Mine's a crazy story,
For
though.
Almighty Sai, yeah,
Yeah.
that'd be where did that come from?
Almighty Sai came from, so I got kicked out of my church. And then my homeboys would call me Sai all the time. But they would just call me Sai. And I was like, I kind of like that, but I want it to mean something. So so I spelt it S-I-G-H, which S.I.G.H means sick in the good head, which means I was a good kid, but like the things that I was doing was kind of like not Christian like. And so I was like,
Blasphemer.
yeah, I was a blasphemist. And so then, this is a long story short because there is a huge story behind this, but the Almighty comes from like saying like I am better than my small town. And it's funny because people still from my small towns like, you are not him. You are not him. You know, you are not the
You're not
Almighty.
Timothy.
You're not the Almighty. And I'm like, you don't get it, bro. Like, you don't understand. Like, that's the reason I call myself that is because you are the person that's like. So yeah.
It's like a step up from the Psy. You
Yeah,
know?
it's a step up from the
It's
Psy.
just like a big
Yeah,
relief.
a big relief. It's a big relief because Psy also does the Psy actually resembles or not resembles, but is a form of like relief or anger or frustration or sadness or
I mean, it's almost like involuntary when you're upset.
Yeah.
You go,
yeah.
this sucks. Or-
Yeah, a Psy. It's like ah.
Yeah, or like when people go, when you sit down for the first time all day from work, like, oh, dude, and you're like, it's just an emotion.
Sit down from sitting down. Yeah.
And I feel like in all of my music that I have, whether it be fun, whether it be depressing or like you'll always feel that type of like that sigh. So yeah, that's where that came from.
That's interesting.
I was like, you need to make a music video where it's like a potion, and then like somebody drops the potion, and then it opens up, and then it's just ghosts.
Well, the thing is like with me departing from that, like I don't associate with that name anymore. Like I'm very proud of those achievements.
Right.
And I worked very hard. Doing that, but I was so stuck in the same friend group. I was so stuck in the same crowd, and all the gatekeeping stuff. Like
Right,
you were saying,
right.
it was all the gatekeeping stuff, and everyone was always trying to outdo each other. And I was like, all right, I want to be involved with a new group of people that I can find by myself, like not associated with any of the clout or any of the numbers that I had pulled
Right.
doing that project. Like I wanted to start fresh.
Ego death. I guess you could say that.
Right.
I just wanted to meet
Like a-
new people.
Like a musical, yeah. What did you say? Ego death?
Ego death.
Yeah, like a musical ego
Which is,
death.
like, kind of narcissistic to say in general, but
No, I mean, like, aren't we all narcissists? Like, in a way, I think all musicians are
I
narcissists.
think everybody is. I mean, that's
Like, we want to be heard. We want people to hear us.
Yeah.
We obsess over what we look like. We obsess over what we sound like. I mean, that's straight up narcissism right there.
It's
I'm
a
the
it's a
best.
big thing. It's a big
huge
thing
And
because
people-
everyone wants to have this image or this sound, and it's like they just stick to that because they want to be someone who they're not.
Right. True. And a lot of people think that like narcissist. When I say narcissist, it's people see that as a bad thing. I never saw narcissism as a bad thing because it perfects me. Me being a narcissist to myself, it perfects what I do. Because if I don't like something that I'm doing, I'm gonna make it better. And I think that's every artist out there.
It's like a double-edged sword.
Yeah, double-edged sword.
It is a big one.
You're at home.
Like perfectionist versus the engineer. You know, like,
Yeah,
I want to be the best of the best, but it's like it takes me days to finish the track.
right,
I could easily just mix it real quick and put it out.
right.
But how, like, would that be better? Maybe.
But you wouldn't know until you continue this system that we do. If you continue to do that, then you won't know. Because, dude, okay, and we don't have to talk about the person or whatever, but I was sitting at the stew, not my song, listening to somebody else. I was listening to their stuff, and there was something wrong. I heard it right when it happened. I said, "That's a fuck up," and it wasn't the producer. It was the artist. I was like, "That's a fuck up," because I do that to myself every single day. Where you send me something, and I'm like, I listen to it 100 times, thousands of times.
That's like my worst
My
anxiety. Sending thousands of tracks to people. Like,
because I wanted to tell the artist like, "Hey, do it again. You have to do it again." But
that's something I'm learning because, dude, I don't know still.
See, I don't understand how like artists go in one studio session, be like, I'm gonna do this real quick and then bye.
And that's it.
Yeah, dude. We came in to fix something later.
Yeah, later. I'm like, bro, what? I'm here at least for 7 hours.
And I just met him.
Do you do that? Is that something you do, or
Do I do what?
Like do you go into the studio and be like, boom, done?
One and done?
Yeah, or is it more of a process?
Man, it just depends. It depends on my time restraints. Like, for example, I did this song for Arcade, you know, and I'm like, as long as you're happy with it, you know, this is your feature, this is your song. And so I'm like, how do you want me to do highs? Do you want me to do lows? Like, what kind of sound are you going for? And he wanted to do highs. And, so I did the track, and I told him, I was like, hey man, I probably need to go back to the studio and I need to harmonize. I need to like do some lows with the highs.
Yeah.
So to me, it's like, I know my sound. Sometimes I can nail it the first try. Never the first try, but
Right,
you know,
right.
I can refine it to the way I envision it.
Right.
Do you just put out tracks, like, or do you work on tracks before you put it out?
Oh, I work on tracks. I work on tracks every day. It just depends. Like sometimes it flows
Are
naturally.
you a little more like, sorry, you know, question, but are you a little more like laxative now? Like, you used to be like, where it was like, man, I had to make it perfect or whatever.
Yeah. Well, since
Right, I was make a slide, you know.
since I'm like producing all my stuff, it's a process. It's like a very long.
Oh, you're doing everything?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I mix, I master, I do all my stuff.
Do you make your own?
I don't make my own beats anymore.
See,
I
that's the one
do.
thing we need.
I used to make all my beats,
No shit.
and not anymore. It's too time consuming.
Super time consuming.
It's nice to have like a dedicated recording engineer, a dedicated artist, and like a dedicated producer.
Yeah, I used to have my own producer. He'd make all my beats, and then I would record the guitar. I used to play guitar, so I would record guitar over the beats, and then
Nice, dude.
and then vocals. You know, vocals comes last.
Shout out to Rip Trippy,
Rip Trippy.
because Rip Trippy, me and his dynamic is wild. I've never been in a studio where I go in, I say, hey, I have this vision, and he makes the beat.
And he makes it happen.
He makes the beat as we are doing the recording session.
That's a beautiful process.
And
That's
I'm like-
awesome, dude.
And the way he does it, bro, he's just like, I'll see about these 808s to get the snare in. You like that? Cool, blah, blah, blah. And then right where we're doing it, we just have these ideas that flow.
Hey, bro, that's
And it's
how it
like,
is.
bruh. But that's the same like thing like with you and me, where it's like we get a beat, and I'm like, bro, you know how dope it would
As
be?
long as you're open-minded,
That yeah, if you're open-minded and want to be silly with it, dude, there's so many options. That
I've
built
never
trillions.
thought about using a Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, the Kingdom Hearts thing, the Ooga Booga, all of that stuff, bro.
Yeah.
And it's just like,
We should play that song.
it's silly. It's like silly, funny stuff.
After the pod.
Yeah.
Because I have all my shit. We can walk in with the sign hazard. And I have my headphones.
Heck yeah, dude. I'm excited. I'm excited for you. What do you got? What do you got coming up? Is there like something? Is there anything like new showing up with you, or you got like projects
Album
working
or-
on?
As far as releases
Singles,
go,
Just like what's up with Yuri this year? We got half a year left. What's going on?
so
What have you done?
my goal right now, because I've already built up some momentum with the stuff I have put out, is to put out a song a week. But it's tricky because the algorithm, the Spotify algorithm, you have to drop on Fridays.
You have to drop on Fridays.
You have to drop on Fridays to hit release radar and Discover Weekly, and so it's like it's making this
okay.
sacrifice
Okay, all right.
between like I make a song I love, I put it out because I'm very like spontaneous. Like I make a song, I put it out the next day. But now I'm getting on track with my releases. I'm getting on track with the algorithm, like to help my track reach as many people as
And
possible.
that's the goal, reaching people.
Reaching the right audience.
So are you putting any ad revenue behind this or what?
Oh yeah. I dropped about 1,000 into Sleep Paralysis. That's the song I
Oh,
did
right.
with Forsyth. We split that up, but
Wait, Forsyth is.
he's an artist I work with online.
Oh, okay. He's
He-
not a part of Scythe.
He's not what?
Is he not a part of Scythe Gang
No,
or whatever?
no, he
Scythe
does
Gang
his
used
own
to be?
shit. No, he does his
Okay.
own shit.
Okay, cool.
And he's very picky. He's very picky, but it's very fun to work with him. And
a lot of picky people, like engineer wise, or
so my plan, and it's so funny. Like my plan is like blow up as fast as I can, and just be able to like sustain myself with just music.
Right.
wow.
So I had a question about the whole Spotify algorithm. If everybody's dropping on Friday, which is millions of people, wouldn't that be a problem for you as a singular artist?
Are you talking about getting like lost in it?
Yeah.
Like there's so many people.
Yeah.
Well, no, because there's always going to be people dropping music. It's just it's having that company backing you, like actually having Spotify willing.
Does YouTube have an algorithm like that?
Yeah. Yeah, there's like a certain amount of videos you should drop a week. There's a certain time of day you should drop a video. And it's not because that's the way to do it. Because I like being unconventional.
Right.
I'll drop a song in the middle of a week
That's what
just
I'm saying.
because I have 2 songs this week.
That's why I do Thursdays. That's why I drop pot on Thursdays.
But
Because nobody's thinking of it on Thursday.
From a corporate standpoint, like you have to pitch your song a week early,
Right.
and then you're gonna get more listeners.
Okay.
So it helps a lot. It helps to have a schedule, to be ahead. Have like at least a month ahead.
Right.
Like every song that's coming
can,
out.
Can you pitch a song with a month ahead?
Yeah.
No shit.
Yeah, you can. But you want to do it a week because you can pitch a song a week every
Okay,
Friday.
okay.
And then you hit that release radar. Yeah, as an independent artist, it's a big deal to have like that kind of thing backing you.
Right.
Because that's the difference between getting like a few hundred plays and a few thousand plays.
So what do you think? SoundCloud or Spotify's better?
All day.
Well,
You think so?
it depends because SoundCloud's good for people getting discovered. I think it's all good.
It's all good.
It just depends. Like if you're all about the money, Spotify, 100%.
Okay.
But if you're like on that underground, like trying to build up that kind of thing, SoundCloud.
See, that's why. See, me and Kid, shout out to Kid Carrillo, we had this little discussion, this little back and forth, where I was like, I think SoundCloud is better for me because I just want to get known. Because with the podcast and stuff, I want Spotify to look at me and be like, I want you on Spotify.
Yeah.
Because that's what happened to Joe Rogan. And I don't look up to Joe Rogan or anything, but he had something they liked and they bought him out.
And they bought him out. Yeah.
Instead of him buying them out, And that's what I want. I want
Everyone's
somebody,
different though. Everyone's going to be different. And your platform, as long as you're on a platform, it doesn't matter what it is, as long as people have the ability to discover you, all the other stuff will come.
Right.
A lot of
And
hard
that's
work. I mean, it's consistency, determination,
right.
like discipline.
Well, sorry, why are you on YouTube? I'm like, because
Well, I'm thinking about
it's
it.
easy for me. I don't know. I mean, doing this shit by myself.
And I'm thinking about it kind of like in that perfectionist mindset of mine. Like, I have songs we could drop,
Right.
but I don't want to drop it yet because I don't want to like just drop it for no reason.
No.
But I mean, like,
That's the biggest thing. Yeah, is getting on that algorithm for Spotify. Like they will push you to a new audience, whereas SoundCloud is so hit or miss.
Right.
It's so
I don't
hard.
even know how to operate SoundCloud. I feel like, you know what I'm saying? It's like Fruity Loops to me.
Right.
But I also don't know how to use Spotify. All I use is Apple Music. So.
Well, Trip uses SoundCloud, and he's gonna help me. He's gonna help me.
How long has it been using SoundCloud from the jump?
Probably from the jump, yeah. Which, by the way, Trip's having a show the 13th. This probably won't drop on before the 13th, but
It's the 10th, yeah.
Trip's having a show on the 13th.
Coming up Sunday?
Yeah.
Monday?
Saturday.
Wait, what day is it? Oh, yeah, it's Wednesday, duh.
Yeah, it's Wednesday.
I'm forgetting my days too, dude.
What okay, we'll talk about that. Say what time, because I have another show I'm going to go to. It's an art show.
Oh yeah. So you're here all summer.
Yeah, I'm gonna be here for the
where
summer.
You staying? Are you staying with parents or something?
Yeah, yeah. So when I came back, I was like, I had quit my job, and I was like, all right, this is my chance to like go back home for a little bit. So I packed all my stuff in my car,
Oh, shit.
and I was like, I'll be back but I didn't know where I was going. Like I had no direction. I just knew I was getting here.
Right.
I knew I had friends. I was like, someone will let me crash on
Which
a
is
couch.
crazy that you showed up and you're like, the first show you did was at the house bar.
Yeah,
I was like, that's wild.
that was
bro.
like the day after
Yeah.
I had gotten back.
I was like, that's wild, bro.
Yeah, I drove 600 miles. What's that?
Yeah, what city did you come from?
It's a little town called Windsor, so it's about an hour north of Denver,
Okay.
and so basically like little mountain town.
Was Colorado good for you as an artist?
Fuck yeah, dude! I did so much when I was in Colorado. Like, I try to think of like those things I accomplished because being here, you know, it's like the fate thing. It would have never happened the way it did because I moved to Colorado, and then I found Forsyth, and he had like 4,000 monthly listeners, 5,000. I was like, dude, you're gonna blow up. Like I've seen it happen, and I think he's at like 90,000 monthly listeners now.
Jesus Christ.
And I called it. What's that?
Concurrent,
Monthly,
yeah.
that's just monthly.
I'm gonna. What's his name? What's his name again?
Forsyth,
Forsyth.
like
I'm
the
gonna
number
put his
4.
name. I'm gonna put his
Scythe.
name on the fucking YouTube, the YouTube title.
What percentage of that is like actual dedicated viewers?
You could tell. Okay, so tell me if I'm wrong. You could tell by it being an ongoing thing when if you drop a song with somebody that has numbers within that month and your Spotify listens go up to like exponentially like 20,000 and then next month it goes back to the same number.
It drops off. See
drops
that
off.
that's the issue because like in me and Forsyth's position, you know, we can drop a song, we can build up all this momentum and then fall off by next month.
Right.
You can really fall off.
And
But-
I've seen it before. I've seen it with artists that I know.
You're always going to have like a little bit of fluctuation,
Right.
but it just depends on what you're putting your money into.
And how much you're fucking dedicated of like being an artist because there's the next person's waiting in line.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Younger.
But with Forsyth, there's a lot of conversion. So he's getting on a lot of bigger YouTube channels, and so that's converting to Spotify. You know, playlisting, you got to be really careful because you can mess the algorithm up
Right.
entirely.
Right.
It depends because you need these smaller playlists to build you up to the editorial, the Spotify playlists. So these playlists are like little release radars. Maybe they have 10,000 followers. Maybe they have 5,000 followers.
Right.
I always hit up the small playlists because those are the cool people that'll just add you.
Right. Right.
But you know, for me, hyperpop. There's a lot of playlists, but then again, there's not.
Right.
So
Yeah,
It's-
hyperpop is one of those upcoming genres that are.
it's a very hard thing to get into. Yeah, hyperpop.
I have a homeboy in Albuquerque, Care. Shout out to Care. He's a hyperpop guy, but you don't really find a whole lot of hyperpop artists. I mean,
Well,
the
it's not.
closest here, what is you and Arcade maybe?
Yeah.
I mean, Arcade is on his own thing, but like hyperpop would be the closest thing.
Well, the good thing about doing a genre like that is it's not oversaturated.
That's exactly it. Yeah.
It's like you're making that into a thing.
Oh yeah, true.
I don't know the name of it, but I'll think of it.
Who are you thinking of?
It's like that. It's like what Screamo turned into, or I don't know.
Scarlord?
No, before that, it was like during like Breed days.
The Bree days?
Like, you know, like what's that band name? It was like Breed. That song.
Is it we butter the bread with butter?
It's like a stupid band. It's kind of
Job for a Cowboy.
Memphis Made Fire?
no, it's like man, I'll have to look it up real quick.
There was
What's
a
your-
lot of Breed bands.
What's your OG favorite like metal band or like growing up? What was your favorite artist?
Well, like in 2012 in high school, I was listening to We Butter the Bread with Butter. It's funny you say
yeah.
that. Dude, I was listening to them on SoundCloud every day. I was never getting my work done. I was just listening to them. But a lot of death metal, you know.
Like Alisana type shit.
I listen to a lot of like old school like black metal.
Oh,
I like
okay.
a lot of new shit too, man. Like obviously Suicide Boys,
Oh yeah.
Ghost Main. They're onto something because they're different. But now everyone's trying to follow that.
Oh right.
So it's hard. You get on a new thing and then it's immediately like that's oversaturated. So you have to
Yeah.
move on.
Right.
So I might do hyperpop for another year or two, but I'm already like getting into shadow rap, dark trap,
Oh.
like mixing those to where it's like its own thing.
Right. See, I mean, I feel like it's a lot better for artists to to be fluid in what they do, not stay in the same fucking
Evolving, yeah.
yeah.
But it's also you can't always follow the trends.
Yeah.
You can't always. It's okay to
Make
be
your
like
own
trending.
trend.
Yeah, but if you make something different, like that you love.
Right. You feel good about that's daring. You know, sometimes you have to be daring. Sometimes, like I said, you can't be in your bed. You can't be comfortable. You always have to feel.
Once you get comfortable, that's when you fucking
Yep.
lose.
Yep.
Music is a hobby, and marketing is the job. Marketing is where you have to.
You have to sell yourself. You are a product. You are a character.
Yeah.
That's one thing I try to tell. Like when I first started working with artists, like because you could tell when someone's a natural, like show person. You know, like a natural person on stage.
Yeah.
They might not have the raps or the lyrics, but they are natural showsmen. Where they can they're gonna be the ones that are gonna make it because it's just how they are.
Right.
But you know, like a lot of people are. Random people they're scared of like their history, their past. You know.
Ah, yeah.
They fall into like what they fall before. You know, like
I think more artists will fail than more artists will succeed because of their perception.
yeah, because of how they feel. Like
Yeah.
their reputation.
You know what? And that's the thing too is don't always know that the stuff that you do is not a failure, but know that you could do better next time, and know what you do. Like every podcast I look at, I see the numbers. And I'm like, damn, I failed last week. I'm gonna do better this week. It's not necessarily that I failed last week. I want to do better this week. What was it, Thomas Edison? I wouldn't say Thomas Edison because I don't like white people. No, I'm talking about like the guy that made the electricity, or quote unquote electricity. What was his name? Thomas Edison? Is that the
Nikola
guy?
Tesla. He was the one who did
He created the light bulb.
DC. Well,
Someone created
Thomas
the light,
Edison. Yeah.
someone created the light bulb, and then Thomas Edison fucking stole it. Fucking some white people shit or whatever. But he said like you have to screw up 1,000,000 times before you get it right, or some shit like that.
Yeah.
I kind of go with that flow where it's like I will always fail. Yeah, I will always fail until I get it right.
Well, you learn from failure.
Yeah. You learn from. Don't do this shit again.
Mistakes they're not mistakes. They're lessons.
Yeah.
Don't do that shit again. But if you keep doing it, if you do that same lesson, then it becomes a mistake
Yeah.
or whatever. You know?
It becomes a habit.
Yeah.
But, Lil Yurei, I appreciate you coming on the podcast, man.
I appreciate you having me, man.
And we had a really good conversation. I think this was a really good pod. This is a good vibe. You know, thank you, Skirt, for fucking showing up. Skirt, doing some shit.
Doing the thing.
Where can everybody find you, dude?
As far
As far as your music, your socials, what?
it's out there. I'm Lil Yurei, you know. YUREI. So the spelling kind of messes people up.
Right.
But yeah, you can find me everywhere. Spotify, SoundCloud, wherever. YouTube.
Hell yeah. You got anything coming up like in the next month or two?
I'm gonna drop a song every Friday.
So every Friday, just look up on Spotify every Friday.
Yep.
Like that, push that bell.
Yeah, hit the follow button on that shit. Hit the bell. I mean, hit the bell on this one too. You know, I really don't sponsor my shit. Hit the fucking bell for MOSHCAST, bruh. You know, and that's the thing too, is like it's not even MOSHCAST anymore. It's MOSHCAST Productions, baby. We on some new stuff. We're on the new trend now. So get on YouTube, subscribe, hit the bell, and then find Yuri. Look up Yuri, get the bell, go like his stuff, go follow him. You know, we interview people that we want to, bruh. And I want little Yuri right. I want him right here because he's important. Because you're important, dude. We love you.
We've been doing this shit for a long time.
I know. And it's all of our times to blow up. I sent a TikTok. I sent a TikTok to Skirt last night or this morning, early this morning. I was feeling real down at work, and I was like, I talked to my gods. I was like, just give me something, bro. Give me something to feel inspired about. And I went on TikTok. I refreshed the page, and I shit you not, dude. I shit you not. This girl. You know what? I'm a play it right here.
You should be inspired right now. This song is playing.
That's what I'm saying. But this girl goes on. She goes, the gods were telling me that you needed to hear this right now, and it blew my mind. It tripped me out, bro.
Manifesting.
Then you're ready to hear this. And this is an extremely strong and urgent message that you're about to hear. Your spirit guides are telling me that you have been waiting for this for a very long time and you're about ready to give up. And even when you're listening to this message, when you're listening to me tell you this, you're still not even going to believe what they're saying. But they're pushing me really hard. I'm like shaking right now. They're pushing me really hard to get this message out there so that you will hear it, to restore your belief in them, okay? Okay, you are about to come into a massive amount of success, more than you could have ever imagined in your...
Bruh. I was like, give me something, dog, and I refreshed my TikTok, and that's the one that came up. Not shitting you. I was
weird.
sitting there, bro. I was sitting there watching this. I was fucking crying. I was like, there's no fucking way. There's no fucking way that all of a sudden, you know what I'm saying?
I had that this year, dude. I've had that this year. There's a time where I was questioning my faith, you know? Like,
Right.
why do people get shit on?
Yeah.
Why do good people get shit on? You know, and then like my roommate, she's like, instead of just walking away from the conversation, she like combated me and like had a debate, like, blah blah. You know, you're a child of God, whatever. And I was like fighting her with it, and then I end up yelling at her. And just I go in the like fucking backyard and I'm crying, and then I go inside and I'm like, I sit back in my chair like this, and I'm like, I feel like I can walk, like I feel warmth, bro. I feel good.
Right.
I'm like, dude, what the fuck? He's talking to me, like, or who is, whatever. Like it's been answered, and then or he's like trying to, hey, I'm here, and then like right after that, dude, I got like a sharp pain on my side, and I was like, oh shit, my bad. All right, like I
Right,
get it.
chill
You
out.
know?
All
Like,
right, that's fine.
I gotta understand that, like, you know, these are the way that shit works. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like I don't know. The answers are here, but you still have to be on top of your game. Like you still have to be on be aware that I could like take it from you, or you know, like it could all turn around in a minute. You know what I mean?
Right. Right. But you know, so I feel like this is a vibe. It's one of those wavelengths. We're all attached to the same wavelength, and it's just gonna go up from here. So I see big things coming from you, little Yuri.
Manifesting.
Manifesting, bro.
Yeah.
100%. But like I said, I appreciate you coming on podcast, and we had a lot of fun. And hopefully, maybe there'll be a part 2 somewhere. You know,
That'd be dope.
it would be dope. But we love y'all. We'll see you next week. And like always, go fuck
Peace
yourself.
out.
Yeah.
Go fuck yourself.